Hello everyone, it is Jack here, and I am here with another video, but with a little bit of a different kind of video. So, I'm going to be doing these types of videos where I'll be making videos about my life. And this can range from my life when I was a kid and my life now, so it's going to be all type of stories that I think would be entertaining for you guys. So, without further ado, let's get into this story. Alright, so this story starts in about fifth grade. And in fifth grade, I was kind of a stud, guys. I had so many bitches around me, and I was living the life, and I was kind of a G, guys. So I was basically living the good life until fifth grade when I was assigned a new teacher called, well, we'll just call her Miss Richard. And Miss Richard was basically the worst teacher I could possibly have. And to this day, I still hate her as much as I hated her back then. So basically, the thing that sucked about her was that she hated guys and she loved girls. And I mean, she was lesbian, but I'm talking about like she loved like girls in our class. So girls in our class would suck up to her and she'd love it. And she'd be all over them. She'd be like, "Oh my God, you guys are the best." And then us guys would be like, "Oh, that's chill." And she'd basically just freaking beat us up and always call us out and stuff like that. But she hated one particular guy in our class, and that guy was me. And I didn't do anything to her. I did nothing to her. I mean, over time, as she started doing bad stuff to me, I started doing like rebelling back, but I was sick and tired of her freaking beating up and picking on me. It's like, you're probably like 50 or maybe 40. I don't even know. She looked pretty old. And you're bullying a 9-year-old, I think. I'm just going to say she was kind of pathetic in those terms. And all my good times were kind of turning to shitty times with this teacher because she ruined everything for me. I had all these fun times last year and all the years before, but now they all kind of sucked because this teacher. Because in our elementary school, you had one teacher throughout the entire year, and this kind of sucked because I had this one awful teacher, and I couldn't get away from her. So it just kind of sucked that I was stuck with this one teacher that hated me. And another thing that's important to the story is that we had this system of getting in trouble where you got a green card, a yellow card, or a red card. And usually you got a green card, and if you did something bad again, you got a yellow card, and if you did something bad again, you got a red card. So I was just chilling in class one day as we were checking some paper or something, and then this bitch calls on me to answer a question. And she doesn't do this every once in a while. She does this every fucking time. It's always me. It's never a girl. And if it is a girl, they answer wrong and she'll be like, "Oh my God, yeah, it was a hard question." For me, if it's like, "Fucking you suck," if I answer the wrong question. So it just kind of sucked for me because I was getting the low blow, or that was weird. I don't know. Like, I was getting beaten up by this teacher. So she calls on me, and I don't have the answer because I forgot to do it that one night. And I didn't usually skip on my homework. I always did my homework back then. And it wasn't like I didn't do it on purpose. It was just because I forgot to do it or something. So she calls on me, and I didn't know the answer. So she's like, "Did you do it?" And I said, "I didn't finish it." She tells me to come up there and show it to her. So I walk up to her and show her the packet, and really I hadn't even started it even when I said I didn't finish it, which really isn't that big of a difference to me. I thought it was like the same thing. Like, I didn't finish it, I didn't start it, like same thing. It wasn't like I was freaking like defying her or something, but she thought it was like an insult to her, and she was like, "Wait, are you lying to me? Go get a red card and go out to the hall." So that's exactly what she said in front of the entire class. I was so embarrassed. I walked over, fucking put that red card in my little slot, because you have a little slot and you put the red card in. And that is like, it's so brutal, because if you get a red card just like that, you did something fucking bad, because you don't just go from nothing to red. You go from green to yellow, then to red. But no, I went to fucking red right away, just for this tiny little thing. So I put the red card in, and I walk outside, and I start pacing around because I got nervous. I'm a fifth grader, and I'm like fucking, I'm gonna get like go to jail. Like I thought I was gonna fucking die because this fucking teacher was so like mean to me. So I'm waiting there for a while, and eventually the bell rings because I was yelled at like 5 or 7 minutes before the bell rang. So I was basically sitting out there for a while and just like thinking about what I'd done, but like I didn't do anything bad, so I was just kind of sitting there. And then she comes outside while everyone is walking around, and this bitch doesn't tell me to come into her classroom. She fucking yells at me in the hallway while everyone's walking to their classes or to lunch or whatever. I'm getting fucking yelled at, and they can all see me, and everyone's judging me like, oh, what did he do? He's probably a bad kid and something like that. And I'm like, no, my reputation is destroyed. All this work I put into my reputation is gone. So she yells at me for a while everyone's walking by, and everyone's just kind of like, what the heck is going on? Like, the classroom in her room is empty, so I don't know why we didn't go into her room. She just decides to come outside and start screaming at me for no reason, and her face gets bright fucking red as she's talking to me, and I just can't even handle it. I get like scared because she's fucking huge compared to me. I'm like maybe like probably 3 feet, not actually, but like I was really tiny back then, and she's huge. Like she's like 6'2", and she's huge person, and she's just yelling at me, and I'm just getting scared. So she brings me into the classroom eventually, and she signs this paper, blah blah blah, and she puts a little signature spot, and she basically just writes up a letter to the principal telling that I did this bad thing, and she makes it sound bad. She's like, he lied to me, and puts a little signature spot where I need to get the signature of the principal. So I'm freaking out because I talked to the principal quite often back then, and I was kind of friends with him because he's like a really cool principal. So I go down to the principal's office, and she's like, why the fuck is Jack here? She didn't actually say that, but like, you know. So she signs the paper, and she's like, what did you do? And I'm like, I don't even know what I did. Like, and I actually said that, and she's like, oh, all right. So I go back to Miss Richard and show her the paper that I got signed, and she gets fucking pissed that I didn't get any more trouble, but that's what happened. I didn't get any trouble. I just got it signed, and I give her back to her, and she goes and talks to the principal, and I still don't end up getting in trouble because the teacher knows that it was something stupid. So I leave to go to lunch then, and I just chill out, tell everyone what happened, because everyone was like, what the fuck happened? And luckily no one was like, oh my god, he's a bad kid or something like that, because I was kind of scared that people were going to judge me for that, but it wasn't bad at all. So I eventually have to go back to her class that day, because it's just lunch, like it's halfway through the day, and then I have gym, and then I have to go back to her class, and we only have one teacher, so I'm going back to her for the rest of the day. So eventually I go back to her, and she just plays it off cool, like nothing happened. I just wait throughout the day, and then I walk home, and I tell my mom everything, because I'm a fucking pussy back then. So then my mom gets really pissed because she knows I'm a good kid too. So she comes in the next day with me and talks to fucking Miss Richard, and they don't even end up talking about what happened. Like, Miss Richard just fucking talks about, oh, like, Jack is a really good student, but just yesterday he, like, acted up and stuff like that. And I was just fucking pissed because I remember that's definitely not, like, what your reaction was yesterday. Like, you weren't calm and concealed. I don't even know. You were just fucking going a shit on me, and I was just sitting there, like, not even knowing what to do. We walk out that day, and I tell my mom that that's not the slightest thing like what she acted like yesterday. And my mom knew that Miss Richard was kind of a fucking weirdo, but I don't even know. She needs to get fired at some point because I don't even know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have a lot of different stories about my elementary school and like what I did because I was a fucking G back then. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you should definitely leave a thumbs up if you want more videos like this. I will be making more like stories no matter what, but if you want more stories about my elementary school and stuff like that, be sure to smash that like button, and I will greatly appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for watching.